Hello. What's that?
I don't know, dog.
That will never be unsettling. Just my voice coming out of nowhere.
God.
You said it will never be unsettling?
Not be unsettling.
Ah, there you go.
This is my first 25 years speaking English. Give me a break.
Don't you mean 26?
You shut your ungodly lopsided mouth.
I like how it's lopsided too.
God, well, anyway.
So hi, guys.
We are a pilot podcast. We review 2 different pilots of 2 different TV shows and tell you about them. We tell you about if they're good, if they're not, if you should watch them, if they're dog shit. We'll let you know. Sometimes we have spoilers, sometimes we don't. It just depends on if we've watched the show or not. Today, I believe we will definitely have spoilers on both of them.
Unfortunately.
But we will timestamp that, so like you can hear one part or the other or both.
I will timestamp that.
Okay, you will timestamp that.
Just saying. Just letting the people know the division of labor here.
Excuse you.
So what are our names?
I'm Frani.
I'm Cody/CL.
Yeah, Logan.
The enthusiasm.
I know, right?
So is your first name? Is that like your full name?
It's actually like my doctorate, my surname, you know? I'm Logan Esquire.
So it's a prefix.
Yeah.
You just said your name again.
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Hannah Montana and Skins is what we're talking about today.
2 polar opposite shows.
Wow.
I think that it's almost in bad taste to review both at the same time, which is why we're doing it.
We're going to start with Hannah Montana, though. Cody, do you want to start us off with that Wikipedia? Oh, and we are also doing this in celebration of 15 years since Hannah Montana began. Whoop, whoop.
Wow.
All right. Actually, before we even go into it, can you please try to fucking explain to me this letter and what it means and what it is?
Well, I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't have time. It's just
because you and Cody were like, "You're so dumb," and then both of you told me 2 different things.
Literally, Miley Cyrus wrote a letter to Hannah Montana. It was just a sentimental thing.
But like recently or in the past?
Yes, recently.
That's not what Cody.
15 years.
That's not what Cody told me. Cody said
Well, Cody was fucking
he wrote
wrong.
it to herself in the future.
Listen. No. Listen, I told you that it was like, when you are in English class and they have you write like a future letter to yourself as if it's like to yourself. I didn't mean it like it's in the future.
Why is it relevant that some fucking smoke cracked out fucking pop star is writing notes to her former character? I don't understand it. People care.
It was just a sweet
thing. No one cares
about
about Mitchell Musso. Didn't that guy like fall off the fucking grid and like jerk off on a radio show or some shit?
I mean, you said nobody cares,
Probably.
so.
But why does nobody care about him? Wasn't he a part of that whole thing?
That's not. I mean, he was definitely not the star.
Bit, yeah.
I gotta imagine he was at least like the secondary star. Like he was at least a supporting role.
No.
He was a supporting role, but not the second star.
You're telling me there was not a single episode that focused on him? Not one?
No, I don't think so.
There had to be.
Yeah.
He's the only male. He's the only male friend. He's the Gordo.
Well,
episode like 2 or 3. Episode 2 or 3 is about his like crush on her, and honestly, I think that's like the last episode that focuses on him.
I guarantee
I was
you,
about to say, they really don't focus on him.
I guarantee you that he's at least a Chelsea level, like that's a Raven Chelsea level character.
No,
he's not like 4th or 5th billing.
Emily Osment is the Chelsea-like character.
Okay,
agreed.
So then he's the Eddie.
Yeah, he's which
also had multiple episodes that focused on him.
That's not how Hannah Montana did things, though.
I guarantee you.
I swear to God, Mitchell Musso does not get his
honestly
star moment.
I would say he's more like the who's the one friend that they would like.
Because they even did an episode focusing on her brother, but they didn't focus on like Mitchell Musso, you know?
And yeah, even his storyline was all about Hannah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, like I'd venture
obviously it's going to be about Hannah, but I'm saying like focused episodes where it's like we have to like he at the end of the episode either he apologizes to Hannah and Emily.
No,
or whatever.
there wasn't. Really.
No, I'm looking it up right now. So shut the fuck up. Don't worry about it.
All right.
While you do that, I'm going to read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, please do.
According to the internet, he had like 5 episodes based on specifically him. So let's all calm down here.
Well, they weren't important.
They were forgettable then.
Yeah.
They said he was a main character up until season 4, in which he was not, in which he was just a recurring role. He was a main character season 1 through 3.
He was main character, but he wasn't.
What the fuck did I just say?
He wasn't like. He was like 4th main character.
No one's saying he wasn't the 4th main character. I'm just saying he was notable. And you guys are acting like everybody cares so much about Hannah Montana, but they let this dude dry and jerk off on the radio and didn't care about him. So I'm just making the point.
Because nobody cares about Mitchell Musso. That's my point.
Oh my god.
So Hannah Montana is an American teen sitcom that was created by Michael Poirier, and aired on the Disney Channel for 4 seasons between March 2006 and January 2011. The series centers on Miley Stewart, or Miley Cyrus, a teenage girl living a double life as a famous pop star singer Hannah Montana, an alter ego she adopted so she can maintain her anonymity and live a normal life as a typical teenager.
Due to the popularity of Mitchell Musso on Hannah Montana, he received multiple film roles as well as his own TV show, Pair of Kings.
Okay, cool, but nobody cares.
It says right here he's a main character.
Okay, you made your point.
Okay, just saying.
Sometimes Google's wrong. Just letting you know.
Okay, sometimes 2 fucking weirdos who watched this show almost 10 years ago might be fucking wrong.
No.
I don't think so.
You're right. You guys are always infallible, right? We've never looked back on a podcast and went, I don't think we got that right.
I don't watch these, so no, I haven't done that.
You don't listen to our own podcast?
I lived it. I don't need to watch it again.
Wow. I listened to it.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess we're revealing myself as not a pilot pod.
All right, but sorry to keep derailing. Go ahead and just explain your loves and what's great about the show.
I mean, should we talk about the plot of the pilot first?
If you want to,
for anybody who hasn't seen Hannah Montana.
Sure. Okay, so in the pilot, there's a 44-year-old man, chicken cordon bleu, who is hanging out with Hannah Montana, and it's really uncomfortable, and that's my review.
They use ketchup as a lotion. We've all seen the meme.
Ketchup as a lotion, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Her best friend, played by Emily Osment, she finds out that Miley is really Hannah Montana, and shenanigans ensue. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
The whole storyline of the episode is basically Emily Osment doesn't know that she's Hannah Montana, and Hannah Montana doesn't want to tell her, but then ends up telling her.
Yeah. That cool. Literally is the whole plot of the first episode. Mitchell Musso's character does not know. He does not know until way later.
Yeah.
Right.
And they kind of treat Hannah as more of it's kind of like a Clark Kent Superman kind of thing, where it's definitely like a duality of her. Like, not only is she hiding this secret identity, but she also kind of lives the life of like a Clark Kent or a Peter Parker, in the sense that normal people who admire the shit out of her as Hannah Montana kind of treat her badly or look over her, or she's just like an every girl or whatever, like just doesn't really stand out.
Yeah, definitely not like popular in school or anything.
I mean, she's definitely 11 years old, so I don't see why this is a
she's
problem.
literally 13 when this airs.
That's
no, I think she's even younger. No, she's 13 when it airs. I did the math the other day. She's 28 now.
What were you doing the math for?
Finding out how old she was in that episode, based on how old she is now, minus 15.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 13 is the fucking answer. That's insane. I remember watching this as a kid and thinking, wow, they're so grown. They're so old. I can't wait to be that old.
Even though they're like, well, it's because she was fucking chicken cordon bleu, who was like 46 years old.
Yeah. Yikes.
Like his armpit hair like punches through his shirts is disgusting.
Yeah, what a casting, honestly.
I mean, clearly it was more of like it was a High School Musical lead-in, right? Like, wasn't it like... Wasn't it like High School Musical was popular, so to promote the show, like, and Chicken Cordon Bleu will be in the first episode of this Hannah Montana show.
Hannah Montana came way before High School Musical.
How certain are you?
She was She was actually, so I think High School Musical was first.
Because he had
I really don't think
in order for him to get that job, he's such a weird casting. I feel like he had to already be established.
Okay, the first episode was March 24th, 2006. Let me find out when High School Musical came out. I think way later.
2006.
It would have been around the same time. I feel like it's a lead-in.
Oh, wow. I guess you're right.
They always did that on the Disney Channel. They would put somebody... Hold on, let me finish my thought. They would put somebody like kind of famous, but only like Disney Channel famous in like a pilot or like in a certain episode. They do it a lot with crossovers. It's just to promote.
They did it the other way though. They did High School Musical was first. Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay. Yeah, that is what you're saying.
Now go ahead and finish your thought, Cody. Sorry I interrupted you.
She was also on High School Musical. She was in the second one.
Was she?
So
no.
It goes back and forth. Yeah, she was. She was like, it was literally teased for weeks. They had fans vote like, who do you want to see in High School Musical 2? And everyone drastically voted
on DisneyChannel.com when you used to be able to vote on
literally,
stuff. I remember that.
Literally. And then
let's not forget that Disney was an anti-Semite before we all get too excited.
And it was in the last 5 minutes, she's just dancing at a pool, and that was the entire cameo.
I remember that. I fucking remember that. That's horrible.
And everyone was so excited for her to have this huge role in High School Musical, and then it was just I'm doing the wave. Ooh.
God.
It's because they keep those fucking child actresses busy. She was probably busy shooting her own show.
Or touring too. They toured the fuck out of.
It's they don't have time for her to go. And plus Kenny Ortega was what am I going to do with this 10-year-old, you know? He's like, I prefer to fuck 16-year-olds instead.
God.
And they be the boys.
Oh no.
Sorry for all you Kenny Ortega fans out there.
Can we talk about Billy Ray Cyrus and how great he is in this show?
I can talk about one of those things. Listen, I mean, Billy Ray Cyrus as a person, I feel is a very charming guy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of charisma. As an actor, I wouldn't really go there.
You don't buy him?
No, I buy that it's her dad because it is her dad.
Yeah.
I even buy that the character he's playing exists. I just feel every once in a while, he's so excited to be relevant again that you can see it on his face.
Definitely.
He's my heart ain't so achy breaky no more. You know, you can see it on his face.
I feel like he came alive during Old Time Road.
Oh God.
Yeah, Old Town Road, dude. Oh my God.
He popped the fuck
off. That was a big moment for him.
One of my favorite memes.
The second coming of Billy Ray Cyrus.
One of my favorite memes is Billy Ray Cyrus related. It's it's a Twitter thing he posted, and it's a moody picture of him, and it's a lot on my mind or something like that. I don't fucking know. I can never find it again. But if somebody in the comments has it, please email it to us.
I think the best thing with Billy Ray Cyrus in recent years that was cringe was when he did the trap remix of Achy Breaky Heart.
God, that's horrible.
That was tough. That was very tough. Yeah, I mean, I get why they would cast him. He's a celebrity, and plus, I feel it helped her having her real dad on set. Because I know their relationship's actually pretty okay from what I've seen. I mean, maybe you guys can.
No, that's everything I've seen always. What about you, Cody? Yeah.
But imagine being the younger sister and not getting Disney stuff.
Being the Noah.
Being the Noah of it all, and being arguably more talented in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, she's really talented.
She's a way better songwriter than Miley Cyrus is. Yeah. I'll give her that.
Yeah. And I mean, I like listening to her talk more than I listen to Miley.
Is she ever on Hannah Montana? I wonder if she ever cameos.
I mean, she would have to be very young.
I think she might have been in the movie. Maybe in the movie.
Never saw the movie.
Oh, the movies the movies we gotta do.
Something.
Oh, she plays.
Watch on Crosscut.
You think that I should spend my personal time not only reviewing Hannah Montana the show, but then take my other podcast.
Yeah.
And listen and watch Hannah Montana the movie.
Apparently
that's exactly what I'm saying.
On an episode or the movie, it doesn't tell me.
I'd rather watch the Lizzie McGuire movie. I thought it was kind of good.
Lizzie McGuire.
For what it was,
movie's a different level. That's just a different level to anything.
For what it was kind of good. I kind of liked it. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's a good
Disney
movie,
movies
but
of all time.
The best Disney movie? You mean Disney Channel original movies?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the best.
Okay, because when you just say Disney movies, you're putting that up against Star Wars, Marvel, everything.
You know what? I'm not saying anything at all.
You think that Lizzie McGuire is better than Infinity War?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say, we all saw that together and we nearly cried.
I think the Hannah Montana movie is pretty fucking great.
We're talking about Lizzie McGuire movie.
Well, I was telling you that I don't like what you said about the Hannah Montana movie.
I didn't. Agree. Did I really say anything about it?
Hannah Montana movie is actually pretty good.
Did I really say anything about it though? I just said, do you really want me to watch it?
But I'm gonna fight for it on Crosscut now.
Well, dude, it's your podcast too. If you want to watch it, we will. I'm just saying it's utterly shocking to me that you guys feel an affinity for it. Because I feel like it was an obligatory cash grab.
It was great.
But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'll tell you if there's art in it. I'll tell you if there's art. I'll be the one to tell you.
I feel like a great thing about Hannah Montana is to go over favorite episodes. Cody, did you watch it as a lot?
Wait, we have to go off the pilot first.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and
true.
rate the pilot and get
God,
that out
I
of the
just
way.
want to talk about a certain episode.
They're so excited.
I'm so fucking excited. So this is my shit.
So let me go through some of the things I didn't like about the pilot. All right, here we go. Because I feel like I've been kind of letting you guys talk. Let me get my bit in. All right. First of all the acting across the board.
What? Those 13-year-olds didn't act amazingly? Shocking.
I wasn't going to say it was bad.
Oh, it wasn't bad?
For child actors and actresses, I feel like they did a great job.
They
had to carry an entire plot on their back, where usually in Disney Channel shows, there's a lot of adult interaction. But I saw a lot of scenes where kids had to hang out together, and I feel like they did okay. So don't interrupt me.
I was just messing.
All right. But, because I was getting to a but, the adults in the show, problematic. There is a guy who I guess is like Hannah Montana's stylist, and he's like, his personality is that he's a big gay man. And I just felt like
what a job.
Oop, I ripped my tushy. Like, it like literally is like, what is this fucking character? What is this?
I feel like that character like was a pilot exclusive almost.
That character felt like, okay, you know what kids love? Making fun of gay Frenchmen. Like, where did they pull this from?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't understand it. And he had a lot to say. He had too much to say. So, and he was like, and he put the brother in a dress.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about Jason Earls?
Jason, I mean, I thought he was okay.
Really? Wow.
You thought he was bad?
I just kind of don't like him.
He seems really fucking old. I'll say that.
I don't like the look of him.
Is he supposed to be like 16 or something?
They're in high school at the same time.
Okay, because if they just cut his hair and like put him in like adult clothes, he's 45 years old.
Yeah, no, they definitely try to pass it off as like a 2-year age difference.
How old was he in the show?
He was supposed to only be like 2 years older than Hannah.
How old was he when he was doing the show?
Old.
He was like 27.
He was fucking 27. Yeah, I believe that. He looks old as shit. And then that kind of makes me question, like, okay, I'd say he was on the same par as the other child actors. So if you have directors and people on staff, they can get that good of performances. Not great, but okay, passable performances out of kids. Why not just also cast a teenager? Why are we casting 27-year-old men?
Oh, yeah. No, he was playing a 16-year-old. He was supposed to be your 16-year-old brother. That's insane. He was 29 when he was playing it.
Jesus Christ. So he's almost 30. He's almost double the age that he's playing, and it shows. So that I do find frustrating. I think he was fine as far as like acting, but it definitely took me out of it. Like, if they would have said it's her college brother, I'd be like, okay, I can buy that. But
no, yeah, it was supposed to be slightly older brother.
What they came to find out was like, okay, we do this on the Disney Channel where either we're using real kids or we're using full-grown adults to play kids.
Yeah, what a jarring difference in this episode.
That character was like just on the line of like, do we get a kid or do we get a 40-year-old man? And so they're like, let's do the 40-year-old man. Because I know that happened on other shows too. Like, wasn't like Sweet Life, that one chick on there, Ashley Tisdale, wasn't she older too?
She was also in High School Musical.
Yeah.
Was she?
But everybody in High School Musical was also adults.
Yeah,
so.
They really were just adults, weren't they?
Both her and Brenda Song, I think, were in like their late teens, early 20s, and then Zach and Cody were like 10. So
yeah.
There was definitely an age difference, but I don't know if it's as jarring.
Someone Google that. Ashley Tisdale did not look like she was in her late teens.
Hold on, I'll look.
She looked like she was like 20, 22.
Wow, yeah, could be because she's 35 now.
In 2005. was when Sweet Life happened, and she's 35 now.
So
wow. So she was, yeah.
She was
like early 20s, late.
Guys,
late
I have
teens.
a bit of a gift. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's another weird choice. That's like a Disney Channel choice where they're like, all right, we can either cast this as real teens, or we can cast these teens as like full-grown adults, where they're not much different in age than like their school teachers. Definitely weird. Like I remember there was that Jonas Brothers show, and I'm like, those dudes look fucking old to me, dude.
Jonas?
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
They looked old, man.
I talk about that show often.
They looked old. They looked old in that show. I saw the you and I were watching Halloween specials of episodes.
Yeah.
And we watched like 5 minutes of it. And like they looked fucking old, bro.
That's like the only thing
They
that
had like
Frankie
5 o'clock
Jonas,
shadows and shit.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that Frankie Jonas like ever did.
Really? Because Ponyo
Brothers.
is a beloved film.
He was in something?
He did the American voice of Ponyo.
Wow. There he goes.
Yeah.
Good for you, Frankie.
That's a big deal. I mean, Miyazaki film, dude.
Yeah. No, I didn't know.
Yep.
Fuck me, I guess.
Fuck you, I guess. Okay, but the last thing I was going to get to, I really absolutely hate everything about the production design. Everything about it. I think the closet that's supposed to be like really like cool and like doesn't it like have like automated fucking like running racks and shit? Why would you want that? And what about the hydraulics issue? If your clothes are constantly rapidly running on a fucking thing, isn't there the possibility of like, you know, malfunction, clothes flying everywhere, killing Hannah Montana herself?
Fires, I think, with all that fabric.
And this is in a hidden room, so like if there's a fire, you have to get over mechanical wiring and tons of flammable clothing. You know, actually, maybe it is a good idea.
This sounds like a plot point in epic movie. Like rat comes alive and murders Hannah Montana.
But no, seriously though, it just wasn't practical. And then, you know, there's always the statement of like, okay, how much disbelief should we have? Like, this is the Clark Kent theory, right? Like, how much disbelief can we suspend about putting on a wig and looking like a different person? Now, I would accept that about the show because I have accepted it about Superman. But the problem is, doesn't the other girl wear wigs all the time?
No, that is when she goes as pretty much like Hannah Montana's groupie, like she's always with her, and then she wears wigs for disguise.
Yes. I understand. Yeah, that's what I mean. But if she's Lola and she's Hannah, and they're together all the time, both as Hannah Montana and Lola, and as Lily and Miley, aren't people gonna start fucking noticing that the exact two faces are hanging out all the time? In both, like, wouldn't you just start connecting that?
I mean, would you figure it out that, like, this girl, you know, is actually a super, like,
yeah,
you know?
Probably, but I'm suspending that disbelief.
Yeah.
But the thing I can't suspend is, like, okay, you're on TV as Lola and Hannah, right? Yeah. I'm looking at your fucking faces. Fair enough. You guys have wigs. I've gone completely dumb. I'm like a reptile. But when I see you guys again in person, I just saw those two who look exactly like you. Now there's that strain of like, okay, 2 and 2.
What about the dad disguise and he goes as her security?
No, but the dad doesn't.
He just puts on a mustache.
But the dad, doesn't the dad? Don't they already know in the fucking show that the dad was famous?
Yeah, he was famous.
Okay, and they already discussed it in the show, right? Like they're already like, okay, your dad used to be famous, but you're just a nobody. Isn't that like a whole thing? Correct?
Is it?
Kind of, but like. No. His mustache is actually his getup. Like he's not known as Billy Cyrus when he's her security guard.
So hold on, but no, that's not what I'm saying. He is Robbie Ray, who already was famous. That's her dad, previously famous country star. That's Miley's open dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are fucking dumb to not figure out that famous Robbie Ray Cyrus is all of a sudden not that when he puts on a fucking mustache.
And then Dolly Parton also plays herself, and it's supposed to be like in real life where it's like her godmother. Yeah.
Listen, there's only so much I can do. It's only so much I can suspend. So what I'm going to say right now is, based on the pilot, I'm going to give you a fuck no, don't watch.
No, it's great. It's great. Watch it.
It's a 2 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10. This is perfect. What about you, Cody?
I'm just going to say, have you ever seen Cara Danvers and Clark Kent together? They've never put that together. Just saying. but I would give the pilot like a 5.
They have put that together. There's a fucking comic about it.
But like not like a lot.
No. There literally is a comic where I believe it's Jimmy puts it together. So yes.
But that's like their best friend.
But he puts it together for everyone else. That's a terrible example.
And it was after a while too.
No, it wasn't.
Like
it
right
wasn't
away.
though. It was kind of right away. That's the whole thing, right? You spruce up a little bit. Read some more comics.
I hate DC. It's fine. Anyway.
DC's great.
We can't do a fuck, marry, kill because they're children.
Sure we can. Cordon bleu.
All of them?
I'd cover him in ketchup, fuck him, marry him, kill him, eat him.
All right.
Okay, Army Hammer. Okay.
I just want to kill Jason Earls. I feel like he doesn't need to be there. He's too old. It's creepy.
Yeah, but at least he's not trying to fuck her like Chicken Cordon Bleu.
I know, but he's also shouldn't be there playing like 2 years older than they are.
I don't know, man. I'd take the job. Disney, listen up. If you want to Jake Paul me in this bitch, if you need another old man to hang out with children on Bizardvark, call me.
Yeah, you just play somebody's like 15-year-old brother.
Whoa! I think I have like clearly all my facial hair. Oh, jeez, how am I gonna take Danielle to the dance? Oh. I can do it. See, I can do a pratfall. I'm large. Pratfalls are funny when I do them.
God.
So, Franny, you already read the pilot, Cody. The pilot rate.
Oh, he didn't give us fuck, marry, kill.
There is no fuck. We were joking.
There's none. Like I said, I'd give it like a 5. I think it's okay.
Harsh for somebody who's a
That's about
fan.
it. Well, I don't feel like the show. I'm not even to say I would. I don't know. I'm not a fan, but like.
Were you a fan?
Not like entirely. I'd watch it.
What a load of shit. What a load. When there was like a new episode, like Miley's gonna kiss her boyfriend.
I've got so much to talk about as far as episodes go.
And like, and you probably like zoomed into that shit.
No, I didn't have cable.
Oh shit!
So
that's
not true.
Yeah, I never watched it, so I missed out on like all of the phenomenon around it. But like when we were on vacation, I would see like episodes, and I liked them. They weren't like this is not a Lizzie McGuire or a That's So Raven level, but it's pretty good. I think it's very common with Disney that it just gets progressively worse as time goes on.
This is the highest level of any Disney Channel show. I can guarantee
Wizards of Waverly Place is way better.
I mean, that's a close second, I'd say.
I don't know what that is.
That's Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez?
She's the star.
She was on Disney Channel?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought she was
and
like
Barney.
Justin Bieber's
girlfriend.
Did
you not know that?
No.
That's why she was Justin Bieber's girlfriend.
She was Justin Bieber's girlfriend because she was on Disney. Like Davey's like, oh my God, my dick's hard. She was on Disney Channel.
Pretty much after that, yeah.
She dated Nick Jonas too.
They all dated Nick Jonas. So did Miley Cyrus.
You gotta speak into the microphone.
Hello. So, okay. Spoiler talk starts now. Oh, I'm so sad you guys haven't seen Achy Jakey Heart Part 1 and Part 2.
I have seen that actually.
You have? Yes.
That was one of I've seen that one. I've seen them going off to college. I've seen like
have you seen
Jonas
Football
Brothers
Cake?
episode. No.
Oh, that's a good one. That's like the Jason Earls episode. He makes a fat friend. That's essentially the
Wait. I know what that is because I saw a meme. Is he in overalls?
Yeah.
Man. That's really
bad. Jason Earls wins some like football tickets and he decides to take his fat friend, but then his dad assumes that he was going to take him. And like the like friend he made like is like kind of weird in school. I guess nobody likes him because he wears overalls or whatever. And he is so excited that his mom stayed up all night making him a football cake. And then
That's weird. His mom's weird.
I know.
That's weird. I don't appreciate that.
I know. Weird episode. There's a lot of weird
Is the
episodes.
moral of the story that fat people love cake?
I fucking guess.
Yeah, we do.
True.
But Achy Jakey Heart Part 1 and Part 2 was my shit. I used to watch it over and over again.
What is it?
What was
Can you
his name?
explain what the fuck
Cody
it is?
Lindley?
Yeah, so pretty much like she's choosing between two guys that this guy named Jake that was her boyfriend on the show. Who's he played?
He's
by?
like a movie star, right? Or
Yeah.
No.
I think something like
remember.
that.
One of them was like a movie star, and one was like the average boy in her high school.
Yeah. One was like Hannah, like knew her from Hannah, right? I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
And then one knew her from Miley.
They're the same person.
And it's like, who knows the real her?
Yeah. And then Dolly Parton is on those episodes. The Dolly Parton episodes were always just great. Logan took off his headphones. I thought he was quitting.
No, my ears were really sweaty. I had like a puddle of water in my ears. So.
Yeah, Dolly Parton would just come on the episodes and they just sit on a couch and sing
You haven't
together.
explained the Achy Jakey
Oh,
Heart
I mean, she just chooses between two guys and
Okay.
it's a part 1, part 2.
Then let me ask some questions because that was the most boring story ever. Did the Jake guy, know that she was also Miley?
I think so. My memory.
So
shit.
then the answer's answered. There's one who knows her better than the other.
Maybe.
No, not maybe.
on.
That's just accurate. If you know she has an alter ego and the other dude doesn't, you officially know her better than the other guy.
Episode where Selena Gomez played like a pop star who hated her, and they like go on a talk show and literally talk trash about each other.
What? I did not see that. That's insane.
And I remember being like, this is very on the nose because they hated each other.
I do remember some beef, but I have no idea what it was over back in the day.
There was a lot of beef between those girls. Like Demi and Selena used to be like best friends, and then like they started hating each other because Selena became like best friends with Taylor Swift, and Miley hated them all because Miley was like the most successful one, but like they had music careers and she really didn't because she had Hannah. It was, I don't know.
Fucking yikes. I know there was a lot of beef just between like Taylor Swift and all the other Disney Channel young girls at the time.
Wait, Taylor Swift was on Disney Channel?
No, Disney Channel.
No.
Or Taylor Swift wasn't.
Then what the
But
fuck?
she was
She
like-
was on the Hannah Montana movie though.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she's in the Hannah Montana movie.
Fuck.
Can she act?
She didn't act. She was like, she played like random country girl singing a song while they're at the dance.
That movie sounds so terrible.
It's actually, I like it a lot. It's pretty good.
I was
This
just
show.
like Googling stuff, and one of the Google results is what happened? Mitchell Musso? Question mark. Logan, you kind of know what happened. Mitchell Musso?
I actually don't.
question
I know
mark?
that drugs are involved. I know that he talked about like jerking off on maybe it was Stern or it might have even
I thought
been
it was
Shane.
like Shane Dawson.
I was about to say,
right?
I was about to say it might have. I think he talked about it on Shane Dawson's podcast, but he might have actually done it on Shane Dawson's podcast. I don't know.
That sounds like Shane Dawson would have him do that.
I was just looking, and I guess like because of the 10 years since Hannah Montana ended, just came up. It's like a 10 years ago. Where are they now? I mean, none of them really did anything fucking else besides Miley Cyrus, so it's pretty fucking boring. It's like other Disney Channel.
Did they try to do like 5,000 different song careers? Because that's usually what happens on Disney Channel.
Probably. Didn't Mitchell Musso
Emily
sing?
Osment,
Oh, yeah, Emily Osment,
yeah.
definitely.
Emily Osment's acclaimed movie Cyberbully.
Oh, fuck, I remember that one. Didn't somebody like commit suicide in that Disney Channel original?
I'm pretty sure.
Then it's not a Disney Channel movie.
I think it.
There's no way.
Cyberbully.
I don't think
hold
it
on.
was. I think it's on Netflix.
Disney
Oh.
has strict rules. There's no suicide, no decapitation.
It was a 2011 film. It was not on Disney Channel, I don't think.
Yeah, I
Fucking
think
scratch
Miley's
his
the most
neck.
successful.
Yeah, I mean, by far. Fucking by far. I don't
I
really.
can't even think of anyone else who has like a remote inch of success.
Yeah, but this was my shit as a kid. Like, I had the bed set at my dad's. I had the wig. I was fucking into it. This was my shit.
Frani Montana.
I did not look good in the wig, but I wore that shit proud that I got from Libby Lou. Yeah, I mean, I love that we have Disney Plus, so I can rewatch it every once in a while. But
even though you have not,
though I have not, but I like having the option. I like knowing it's there. It's a nice safety net, you know. Other than that, I mean, I feel like kind of for the show you had to be there.
Now, this is one of the few shows that extended across the Disney window, right? Like, didn't it last more than 3 seasons?
Yeah, it was 5 years. Yeah.
That's unusual for Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Because they'll just straight up cancel after 3 seasons, even if it's popular.
Well, they were making so much fucking money off this one, I bet, because they were touring her.
And it's all an interconnected universe, right?
Yeah.
So did Corey ever let her in the house?
I don't know if there was no.
Did I hear stifle laughter from Cody?
It wouldn't have been during Corey in the house. It would have been That's So Raven, and yes, there was, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on the Sweet Life on Deck. I remember that. It was
That's
like
So Sweet Life on Deck. Yeah.
The Wizards, and then I remember that.
Yeah, it was all trash, and I love it. What I would do to be there again, watching it.
So was it like That's a Sweet Life of Montana? Like, is that what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like dumbass names like that.
I remember seeing memes of the cartoons coming together. Like, I think Lilo and Stitch were hanging out with the Proud Family and American Dragon Jake Long.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
That's
Hold
amazing.
on. Let me make sure that's a thing.
That's amazing. If it's true, I want to watch it.
Hold on.
Oh, the Proud Family.
There's a list of Disney Channel crossover episodes.
Yep, that's a thing. It was the Proud Family. It was the Proud Family, Lilo and Stitch, and American Dragon Jake Long. Oh, and
okay, I need
Kim
to watch
Possible.
that immediately.
It was also Kim Possible.
Also very solid.
Kim Possible's great. I love Kim Possible.
I love Kim Possible.
That's a good fucking Disney show to empower women. Hannah Montana's bullshit.
Hannah Montana's great.
It doesn't empower women. It tells them
probably not.
Tells them things will be better if you pretend to be somebody else.
Yeah, kinda.
They're not wrong.
All right,
Cody, stop it.
I think we can take a pause and then when we come back, talk about.
Wait.
What?
We didn't talk about the most iconic moment in Hannah Montana history.
What was it?
The bone dance.
Oh God, the fucking bone dance. You've probably even heard that, Logan. It's like a song she makes up in school, right?
Yeah, and they perform it so that they can pass their science test.
Yeah, about where all the bones are.
Did they pass, or was the teacher like, get the fuck out?
I like how she literally wrote a song and performed it for her school, and they were like, "Yep, you're definitely not Hannah Montana."
Is it like its own song, or was it like to the beat of one of her songs?
No, it was to the beat of one of her songs.
It was.
That's
it was
stupid.
written to the melody of something else.
So the writers didn't even care enough to really make something that was it. Which was it? Was it like the best of both worlds or something? What song did they use?
I don't know.
They all kind of sound the same, so I'm trying to think of which one it was.
Wait, I know what it was from what you. Was it oh my
Nobody's
God.
Perfect.
Yes, Franny was kind of singing.
Yeah. Yep.
I got some
That's exactly
bones
what it was.
and they're inside my skeleton. Like, what the fuck?
Essentially, she names them all, and it's it's really something.
Is that what you use in order to remember bones in your class?
Oh, I couldn't even remember the song, but I definitely tried to learn it. I fucking loved this shit. Like, I don't think you understand. I've probably seen every episode. I just, my memory.
Hoedown, throwdown.
Oh, yes, the hoedown, throwdown. God. There's so many iconic moments. I feel like, I don't know, like, I just love this show. I think it was perfect for the time. It was exactly what it needed to be.
Who's your least favorite character in Hannah Montana canon?
Rico Suave.
His last name is really Suave?
Yeah.
Isn't that already a person?
It's the character. Hold on.
Isn't Rico Suave already a person?
I think it's
Probably.
Oh yeah, that is a rapper. I wonder if I'm
Rico
saying
Suave
it right.
is like a guy, isn't it? Like,
yeah, and that's also what the character's name is in Hannah Montana. He's the Rico Suave Jr. is the manager of Rico's Surf Shop, an outdoor concession stand located on the beach near the Stewart's house.
He's played by Moises Arias.
Yep. he most commonly interacts with Jackson, which is Jason Earl's character, who is his employee, despite the fact that Rico is a few years younger. And I guess
so dumb.
Yeah, it really is. Wow, I'm just like looking at the cast list. There's fucking yeah. I mean, they just really did everything they possibly could.
Her mom was Brooke Shields, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't her mom like passed in the show? Isn't that like?
Yeah, but she would like come back and like flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, his mom was dead?
Yeah, her mom was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, her mom was dead.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Rico.
I mean, I don't think they gave a fuck enough to tell us if Rico Suave's mom was alive or dead. It's the Disney Channel recipe. They always have a dead parent.
I guess I'm a Disney Channel original show.
I guess so. God.
Mine are divorced, so I'm more of a Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, they didn't really do that shit on Disney Channel.
Could you hand me that water over there? I'm actually dying. So did Raven's mom die, or did she just leave?
No, they're actually together in the That's a Raven.
But they're not. She disappears.
For Corey in the house, but also so does Raven.
Also during That's a Raven too.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I'm certain.
That's insane. All right, well.
Yeah, let's please move on.
I feel like this is a good place to...
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about a good show.
And we are back to talk about Skins.
How goes it?
It goes. I'm excited. This is two, like, of my favorite shows in different ways. Like, Hannah Montana is definitely one of my favorite shows. It'll always hold a place in my heart. And so will Skins, for completely different reasons. But I feel like they were both, like, very important for me to watch at the time I watched them.
So let me talk a little bit about Skins for a second.
Should I read the Wikipedia first?
Oh, okay, go ahead first. Yeah.
Okay.
I also have the Wikipedia.
Oh, I already read over it to find out basically if it was spoilers.
Uh-huh.
And then you wanted me to have Cody read it as normal.
It's
yes,
either way is fine.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're on the one, Cody, that says Skins, British TV series, then that one doesn't have spoilers. So
the one that Skins teen comedy thing. Right?
Franny, just go ahead and read it.
Okay,
just read it.
I'll read it. Skins is a British teen comedy drama television series that follows the lives of a group of teenagers in Bristol, southwest England, through the 2 years of sixth form. Its controversial storylines have explored issues like dysfunctional families, mental illness, such as depression, eating disorders, PTSD, and bipolar disorder, adolescent sexuality, gender, substance abuse, death, and bullying.
All right. So I think that Skins is one of these rare shows that, despite a lot of issues it may have at certain points, has a relentless soul to it. I feel like there's almost like a soul connection with the show where when you're watching it and you're seeing the characters triumph or fail, not only do you feel that on a level of like, I like these characters, but you just feel the realism of the relatability of it, where like when they fail, it feels so much like times in which you failed. And it's because these characters feel, even though they're like kind of caricatures, they're also so incredibly real.
Yeah.
I think that what they did was they took this concept of like a Degrassi Junior High or a One Tree Hill or whatever, and they took that teen drama aspect and they thought, let's add real stakes to it. Let's add real challenges that real teenagers, real young adults actually face. And also look at like the gratuitous, gross nature of like people in general. Like the gross things done in this show by certain characters are not only hard to watch, but are also incredibly believable because there's that disgusting darkness in everybody as well.
Yeah.
As well as like when these characters triumph together and they help each other out through like horrendous circumstances their family won't even help them through. You also can relate to that because people are there in that way for people sometimes as well. So right off the bat, I think this show, on top of it being funny, is incredibly culturally relevant, and I don't think it's been recreated as well since.
Definitely not.
But now that I got that out of the way, I just wanted to say that up top because I think that as we talk about the pilot, you're going to think we're talking about a shit butt comedy.
Yeah.
Because the pilot doesn't dive as deep as the rest of the show does.
Or like also something not respectful to a certain
something that is
a certain mental illness.
Downright deplorable even.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that it's an evolution. So I'm saying that up top because we're about to get into the show and it's not going to sound like the same show.
No, it's going to sound a little fucked up.
Franny.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Skins pilot? I'll let you talk for a minute.
Going back and seeing it, I forgot how much I knew like happened in the pilot. Like I forgot that I could say it beat for beat without rewatching it because it's such a fucking train wreck of a pilot and it's a lot happening all at once. I mean, I feel like they go a little more it's just absurd. I think is the best way to put it. I feel like with the pilot especially, it's do
you want me to go over what happened in the pilot?
I mean, we can, yeah. I don't know why I'm at a loss for words. I think just so much happens that it's fucking hard to summarize.
So the general idea of the pilot is there's this guy Tony, and he's sort of, I'll say like the ultimate. He's like the guy who's in charge of everything. He's the it boy, right?
Yeah, he definitely is an it boy.
But he has a best friend, Sid, and Sid is not it. Sid is disgusting and just kind of like a boy's boy covered in barbecue sauce, fucking nudie magazines all over his bedroom. Just disgusting individual.
The fucking bedroom. What did you think of that bedroom, Cody? Do you remember it? I know it's been a while since we've watched it, but yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
It's like one of those things where you just automatically assume that that's what every teenage boy's bedroom looks like.
God.
No, definitely not.
I don't know. That's the assumption I get.
But anyway, so the goal of Tony is that he's going to get all of his friends together, throw a big party, and he's going to get his friend Sid laid because he feels like he's the coolest guy in town. Tony is the fucking man. His best friend cannot be some chud who's never slapped sillies. So his whole thing is the beginning of the episode's kind of iconic. He's like laying in this bed, and it's very Clockwork Orange-esque where it's like nude people as his sheets. And he gets in front of the window, and he's like stretching his little knot arms, and he's watching a lady across the street be naked. And then we'll circle back around to that because it is relevant.
Yeah.
You see his sister's like a trashy Bristol hoe, like a nightclub hoe, and she's trying to sneak back inside the house. So he's pissing off his dad. He's blaring up the music. Basically, he's got a real Ferris Bueller vibe to him.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
Where he kind of controls everybody, and he's a master manipulator. And that, oh my God, does that stay relevant throughout the entire show, in my opinion? But we won't get into that quite. But that's the gist you get. Tony's a master manipulator. He calls the other characters like the girl who plays, I can't remember her name. I think it's like Jow.
Or Nips?
Jow, right? Or Jow, or Jow, or Jow.
I know what you're trying to say, yeah.
She's like a concert, like, I think she's like a flute player or like piccolo or something. Maybe a trumpet. I can't remember now. I'm terrible at that kind of thing.
She's like a violin or some shit.
Yeah, she's like a concert musician. They have another friend who's like Muslim, but like obviously is not very heavily practicing, being that he's very drug addled and wants to party with the boys. He's got his gay buddy Maxie. They introduce most of, if not all, the characters via these phone calls that he's making in the beginning, trying to get this party set up. Also,
that name that you're trying to say is just Jowl.
Jowl.
But they say it with their accent, so it sounds like Jowl.
Jowl. Skaboot. But it's really kind of an ingenious way of showing these characters where, yes, it is kind of like team meetup, like, Team America style, where it's like, okay, we're only going to get a couple seconds of them before they all come together. But at the same time, it's just directed so perfectly where, like, the few seconds they're talking to them on the phone and their interactions with Tony, not only are you getting the general disgust the inner circle has for Tony, even though he's their friend.
Yeah.
But also their general personalities through these phone calls, which I thought was really an interesting and fun way of doing it. And then eventually, Sid shows up to wherever Tony's meeting him, and he's literally covered in like fucking barbecue sauce or whatever.
Yeah, just the grossest of boys.
I mean, that's the thing you get with Sid is just inadequacy. That's his personality. He feels inadequate, so he doesn't try. He feels like he's never going to be Tony. So everything he does is just half-assed. He's like, well, I'm just Sid. What the fuck am I?
Yeah.
And he's in love with what we find out to be Tony's new girlfriend, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Nips, as she's called.
By Tony.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of Tonyism. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yikes. Okay. Anyway, wow, guys, the discovery was just made about myself. But it turns out he's setting him up to have sex with what I assume to be someone who has no mind.
This is my favorite character, but I feel like
you want to kind of explain who she is?
Yeah. So this character Cassie, she's just supposed to be like this very like. God, they really just put her through the ringer in the show, but she's supposed to be this girl that has an eating disorder, and definitely trigger warning for this show in entirety.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she's just drugged out and like kind of just like lackadaisical or
she's very mentally ill.
Yeah, she's very mentally ill.
She looks at things through a Luna Lovegood.
That's a good
perspective.
I haven't even seen much of Harry Potter, but that's a good way of describing.
Just very like whimsical and
childlike almost.
Childlike and zero object permanence, you know?
Like there's a scene with her on like a trampoline where she just like OD'd and she was just like bouncing around like she didn't care that she OD'd.
She's like, we're gonna have to get it done with soon because they're talking about Sid having sex with her.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get this done soon because I just took a bunch of pills. Like basically like, you should probably fuck me before I die.
Yeah.
That'd look pretty bad for you. And he's like, what? What? But anyway, so the Tony character, he's doing all this. He's so smart. He goes to this Catholic schools thing to do this choir tryout. And in my opinion, after rewatching it, I feel like he's not even really trying to do this choir thing. I feel like this is a setup to meet women.
Yeah.
As well as meet people to host a party.
Yeah.
I thought that was obvious.
It was. It's not. You think, oh, maybe he's doing the thing just for like the sake that he's a narcissist at first, but then when you start looking at it even further, like when you start looking into it even more.
And also, this is both me and Logan's like not our first time watching it either. You know, like we've seen this, and I definitely just didn't think about his ulterior motives behind it.
I mean, he's sort of like a magician. He can like apparate things that he needs out of nothingness, and the only thing that he saddles Sid to do, he probably could have taken care of. But Tony's like, okay, Sid needs to be a man. So he's like, you're going to go buy the weed. All right, so the weed dealer.
Isn't it like Mac or something?
I can't remember his name, but what do you guys think of the weed dealer in this episode? What do you guys think of him? The fact that he's running a brothel. and when promising drugs, which, by the way, I don't know what drug dealer is out there that lets you take the drugs without paying. That seems insane. Yeah, that's insane.
Me. Oh, Mad Twatter.
And
he's this short little guy with a mustache.
But
handlebar mustache.
He aggressively grabbed Sid's nuts and said, I will take these if you don't pay me.
Yeah, pretty much he was like fronting him the drugs, and then he was supposed to sell them and get him back his money.
Yep. And it was a lot of drugs.
It was way more than Sid was supposed to get.
Exactly. So, craziness ensues. They use the Catholic schoolgirls to like go to a party. They totally wreck this girl's house. Cassie starts ODing.
Yeah.
And the whole group, including I can't remember the character's name, but he's a total favorite of mine. Chris.
Yeah.
The one who like hooks up with the big.
Yep.
All right, he's one of the best characters in the whole show. You should know that right off the bat. But Chris hooks up with this chick and like brings her with, and they're like having sex in the car while they're driving another girl to the hospital who just OD'd. Cassie, of course, wakes up totally fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to go to the hospital. I don't remember if they all got out of the car for this, but like at some point
they all got out of the car and didn't turn on the e-brake.
They didn't turn on the e-brake, and the car
rolls into the water.
Rolls into the ocean with all of the weed.
With the drugs.
Yeah.
I think they were in the car. I really do.
Maybe.
They were all in the water.
They were parked, yeah. Because they all got out because it was slowly rolling.
I think Anwar was peeing.
Oh.
And they were all like watching him, and he was like, he had like an unsteady stream because he was nervous, and then the car rolled into the ocean.
Yeah.
The pond.
The pond, yeah. And he loses the wheat, and that is like the iconic ending of the episode where he goes, "I lost the fucking wheat," because now you're set up for hijinks because that mad twatter dude is incredibly dangerous. All right, so we've gone over the whole pilot.
Yeah, that is the whole pilot.
I feel like it's so cohesive and exact that we were able to explain it all that quickly. The only thing is at the very end, Sid's staying over at Tony's house, and they just like were up all night, so they're gonna sleep in during the day. Yeah. And that lady who was always watching, and like the insinuation was that he was like peeping Tomming her, and it was inappropriate. But at the end of the episode, you find out she specifically stands in front of the window naked to be seen by Tony.
Yeah.
And the guy who's her husband is the schoolmaster that yelled at him at the Catholic school.
Yep.
Pitch perfect.
Pitch fucking perfect.
Cody, what did you think about the pilot?
I really liked it. I think it's very smart. It has a lot of heart. That kind of rhymed. And I just love. He's a character you love to hate.
Right.
And he's so narcissistic, and he's able to manipulate situations to do exactly what you were saying. It's like he's magic, as he can literally pull anything he needs out of thin air. And he's just a character that I think, is it Nicholas Hoult? Is that who plays him?
Yeah, and he's since blown up and become an incredibly huge star.
And rightfully so, because he does it so well. So well.
Yeah, I mean...
go on.
I was just going to say, like, he really blew up after that. You know, he dated Jennifer Lawrence and all that shit. Like, definitely is... And he had those huge movies. He had the Warm Bodies movie, and he had the X-Men series, and he really kind of came into his own. And I that's what you'll find about the show, too, is it's always, like, at least one person per season becomes, like, a gigantic star. So that's pretty cool. But the acting in this is great. I even like Sid, who, like, is designed to be unlikable.
Yeah.
I like hearing him talk and say things. I think he's funny.
I like how dynamic the friend group is too. Because let's list it off. It's Sid, Tony, Jal,
Anwar,
Maxie, Chris, Maxie,
Michelle,
and that's the whole group. And they're all like so different, but yet they make it make sense that they're friends.
Yeah, and I guess you count. I guess not. We'll get into that. I also just love like I feel like if you've ever seen Trainspotting or like SLC Punk, like this movie, it's edited, or this show is edited like a movie.
Oh, really?
Like I feel like this show is incredibly well edited and paced.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where it felt like I had finished a feature and it was just like short 20 minutes of being like a really good feature.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that stays true with the whole show. This show never drags. That's the one thing I'll give it. I mean, it has moments where you're like, fuck.
You're like, please give us filler.
Yeah, please give us filler. Like, you want less intense story sometimes, but it never does it. It never gives you a moment where, like, this is easily the most emotionally digestible because this has the least consequences. And then literally at the end, the dude is, like, in deep with mad twatter. So,
yeah.
To give you a concept, what would you guys rate it based on the pilot?
I love it. 10 out of 10.
I'd say like a 9, honestly.
Yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's very strong. I guess like the only thing I would like take away from it is I just don't know. I feel like there's a learning curve of like the certain slang and stuff like that.
Ooh, I might have to retract a point, yeah, because the way Cassie's portrayed for a while is, I mean, Well,
I don't know about that. I mean, you can say that, but what I'm saying is literally the slang. I quite mean it literally.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I have to go with context clues of what they're saying because they get so much into like the Bristol like arithmetic, like the Bristol speaking.
Yeah.
That I'm at a loss sometimes of completely understanding what they're trying to say to each other. And it's just all about context clues. Like this show is relentlessly and unapologetically British.
Yeah, I feel like it gives you enough context clues though, but it does take a second sometimes.
Yeah, Yeah, and you do have to suspend some disbelief with Tony, but I mean, we'll get into that. So let's get into spoilers then. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for spoiler talk.
Okay, cool. So
is there a fuck, marry, kill?
Oh, we should do that. That seems incredibly relevant.
Yeah.
Cody, you first.
Come back to me. Don't do me first. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, well, I have a pretty easy answer. I definitely fuck Michelle.
Yeah.
I definitely married Jill because she seems like she's gonna be rich and famous.
Yeah.
And guess I'd kill Sid.
Yeah.
You know, probably
I
better.
get it.
Probably better for everybody that way.
I would fuck Tony just once.
Just once, just to be like, once. I've been with the ultimate.
Yeah, just once. I would probably. You make a good argument for marrying Zhao.
Right?
You do. I think I'd marry Zhao. And then I think I would.
What?
I hate to say kill Sid, but I also hate to not say. You know what? Kill Chris.
Oh,
for all you Skins fans out there, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Ouch.
Anyways, Cody.
Okay, so I think I do agree. You have to do Tony once. You just have to.
Just to say you did.
I've been going kind of back
and then
and
immediately get tested though.
Well, duh. I mean, I think killing Sid is the obvious, honestly, because I just can't deal with that level of cringe in my life, and I could never imagine myself being romantic with someone like that. So no
marrying or fucking Sid?
I'm sorry, Sid. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm having a really hard time with Mary because there's a lot of characters that I really like that I'm just like, you have a lot of problems that I don't know if I could deal with for the rest of my life. Because I was going to say Cassie because I find that personality very attracting.
Yeah.
But then I was like, that's also just a lot of trouble. And like,
she's also on a lot of drugs. So how much is drugs and how much is personality?
Literally, and it's also like having a puppy. It's like, okay, I have to make sure she's not going to eat too much chocolate, you know?
Yeah.
I also really like Anwar. God damn it.
Anwar's cool.
Anwar's great.
Anwar's cool.
I really like Anwar, so I kind of want to marry Anwar, but I also like Zhao a lot. So
I think Zhao.
I'm going to go with Anwar.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Anwar.
Anwar's good people. I like him. I like his character. I feel like even with issues with him later, he's not the most problematic by far. He never gets to be even the most problematic.
No.
All right. Spoilers. Spoilers. Franny, you're a fucking bitch. Spoilers.
How?
Franny's a bitch.
How?
Chris.
Yeah, I was.
That's not fucking
it's
cool, dude.
It's a mercy killing because the way he dies is fucked up.
Fucked up,
what?
Dude. Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, he gets murdered.
Disclaimer: I have not seen this show at all.
You're conflating characters.
I am. How does he die?
That's a good question. I can't actually remember. I know. I mean, I do kind of remember. Hold on.
Does he not get murdered by that? Like,
nope.
Okay?
Nope.
Oh, I'm conflating things.
Who gets murdered?
Nobody gets murdered.
I'm conflating series.
Nobody gets murdered.
Does Chris die?
Chris dies.
How?
He had too much chocolate.
God.
Wow, it's literally listed when I look up how does Chris die. I never put Skins. I knew who I was talking about. It comes after. If you remember, do you remember the episode where his mother and his father leave him behind and don't tell him where they're going and they just leave him forever?
Yeah.
And he's left at the house with like that stack of money.
Yeah.
By them. Yeah, his family wholesale leaves him and they never come back for him and they just leave him some money and they never talk to him ever again. Because they were so distraught because his brother died from a random brain hemorrhage. And after professing his love to Jal, he also suffered a brain hemorrhage and died instantly.
So, okay.
Yeah, this show really takes your heart and just pounds it into the concrete.
Yeah, there's a moment in the show where there's a switch for Tony, where Tony he's so manipulative, and he's fucking Maxie and fucking with his feelings, and he's fucking Maxie for like a position of strength.
Oh, like fucking Maxie.
Yeah, and Maxie's gay, remember, but Maxie doesn't have it's not as open, so it's hard for him to find like a particular other. If you remember in the episode, he takes the boys to a gay bar, and it's like the most masculine, shitty gay bar ever. It's hard for him to find somebody, so when Tony shows interest in him, he like kind of throws caution to the wind and accepts Tony in a way, and Tony's just fucking him over and fucking over Michelle. And also he has sex with other people and stuff. Tony's a total asshole. And Sid ends up with Michelle for a while, which is insane.
Yeah.
But they don't really get together. They just like are having sex in public places and stuff. Like I think Tony. Was it Tony or Cassie who caught them like at the club? I can't remember. But Tony ends up getting hit by a car.
Yeah. A
bus, I think. And he has to go through like physical therapy, and like he can't talk, and he's wearing fucking man diapers for like a long time. Mm-hmm. And his sister is like helping him rehabilitate. And when he finally does, he's like a good person, because he sees like time short, like to manipulate people's lives and to ruin them is like totally wrong and fucked up. So he has a complete 180.
Yeah, it's this show goes for it.
Yeah,
it fucking goes for it.
It goes for it. Oh, and also Chris, I would go and say he is used and abused by his teacher too.
Yeah.
He's
teacher, molested by his teacher.
I mean, is he an adult though? Is he a college age student? Is he like 18 or is he like 17 or 16?
I think they're supposed to be like 17.
I thought they were like 18. Hold on, let me check. But he starts hooking up with a school teacher who's like just using him.
Yeah, as like emotional support. They kind of set it up in the first episode too. It's like the teacher that
I remember the teacher. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But it always seemed like it was consensual. That's why.
Yeah, they're 17.
They're 17
years old.
Okay, I thought they're 17.
So yeah, she's molesting him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's this whole thing where they like go.
Which I don't know how the laws are out in Britain.
You can't fuck your student.
Oh yeah, true.
So it doesn't really matter. They go out to like a field trip or whatever, and the one teacher's trying to hook up with the female teacher the whole time, the guy teacher.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go fuck this kid."
Disgusting.
It's pretty disgusting. But yeah,
Angie, that's your name.
But there are also like some very high points in the show. Like there's moments in the show where like I think at one point they were all on the beach,
Yeah.
And this was after like something pretty devastating had happened. I can't remember exactly what it was. But there's just like a real like relief that comes with all the characters just hanging out and having a good time.
This show makes you fall in love with the characters. Mm-hmm. It makes you either love them or love to hate them. It doesn't really make you neutral about anybody.
No.
And then it focuses on each character too. There's
every character. I think every episode is named after a character. So yeah, it does kind of focus on the character. Mm-hmm. And then there does come the Effie episodes, which like became such cult classics. Like people really love the Effie character, the sister. That's exactly where season 3 and season 4 pick up. Is she's the only character that carries over into the new show.
Yeah, and it's like her and her friends.
In when I watched the pilot because I loved her showing up when he's like getting up in the morning and she's just come out from like a night in.
See, Franny always says that that's her favorite character, but she goes back and forth between her and Cassie.
Yeah, I mean, I just really like both characters. I feel like although Cassie can be seen, a lot of people make the argument for it being kind of an offensive character.
No, I don't think that because it shows her darkness.
I think it does. I think it does her pretty respectfully. I think it makes a cartoon out of her on the first episode.
But I think that's what people see.
Exactly.
Like, if you meet someone who's that mentally ill,
that's what you see.
That's what it looks like on the surface, and I think that's kind of the point.
They don't play her mental illness lightly either. Besides in the first episode,
she's tackled in her episode is the second episode.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I feel like they jump on it. I feel like this show is one that you should watch past the first episode before you make a judgment on.
Now the question is, do we review the canceled American version, the remake?
Oh God, I don't know if I want that.
Created by MTV.
I feel like okay, here's my argument for it needing to be in Bristol. I feel like people their age, like 16, 17-year-olds, are way more mature because they're giving way more responsibility in like an area like Bristol. The problems that they face and the shit that they get into is not common for American teenagers to get into. So I feel like it works really well out there, and it doesn't feel like culturally that far away either.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I don't know if I would want an American one.
I really want them to bring it back because they pretty much did most of the show outside of the social media age.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how characters like this, how they tackle things like Instagram and being an influencer and other weird things that are like totally common now. Because now not only is there a social responsibility okay, how much should you post online? How much is it going to affect your life if you actually post online? Like, acting crazy is now a different cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Because if you get fucked up like Cassie does, and it's on the internet, it ruins your life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that isn't tackled at the time because it just wasn't something that was at the time. It wasn't a thing at the time.
It would also make it a lot more interesting for a character like Tony, who does it all through people he knows. So, like, what if his manipulations were through strangers and stuff like that? I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be a good show to revamp.
I cannot wait for us to review season 3 and 4, the second series. That's a good one.
It is. It's really good. I think that one is almost more of a fan favorite than the first series in total.
It depends. I feel like there's 2 or 3 characters in the second season that are just so fucking like wild that I love. But at the same time, I feel like the first one's so classic.
It is. I really like it. These are the shows that I like rewatching shows, especially shows that like meant a lot to me at the time when I watched them. And this is one I've been meaning to rewatch forever. And I'm pretty sure I have watched at least twice in entirety. But it was like back in high school. I definitely recommend them. Yeah, you did show me the show.
She got mad. It's so funny you're talking about. You got mad about the first episode because of the Cassie character.
Yeah, because
and I was just get through it. I promise it's good.
I mean, like, I've struggled with a lot of the things that Cassie struggles with as far as like eating disorders go, and I just found it like very offensive at the time. But yeah, I'm really glad I watched the second episode because it changes your opinion on it entirely.
And also, Cody, it sounds like we're giving a whole lot away, but if you did want to watch this, it still has like a fuck ton of shit.
Yeah, there's so much we didn't give away. Yeah,
so much that will surprise you.
I think I'll do it. I think I'm gonna watch it.
Whoa, we converted him. That doesn't always happen.
And then also watch season 3 and 4. That way we can just do full spoiler talk together eventually when we do the second series.
Yeah. And you'll be itching for it after the first
you will.
1 and 2.
It's true. You definitely
And these
will.
are also shows that like you can fly through. They're long, but like you can fly through these series.
It's only like 9 episodes a season, I think.
Yeah.
Might be less than that.
That's really short.
It's either 9 or 10 episodes a season. I can't remember.
Yeah, they keep it short.
Yeah, British TV is usually only a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the other benefit the show has is that it was on British TV.
Yeah.
So they could do nudity and all
they
that.
They could put teenagers in the situations they put them in. Like,
I feel like American TV is more concerned about like, oh, we can't have them show a titty or a nut sack. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
God forbid you show what people literally have on their bodies. But they're cool with us like savagely beating people to death on television, which is Britain's not cool with.
Yep.
So fucking stupid.
All right, so I think we nailed it. I think we got through it.
Yeah.
So
wait. We didn't know which character you think we are.
Oh shit, we didn't.
Okay, we can do that right now.
We didn't. I think you're Tony.
You think? Fuck you.
I agree.
Do you think I'm Tony, Cody?
That's who I thought you were.
I'd say Cody is Zhao. Do you not see that?
I think Cody's Michelle.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think about the characters as they progress, you know? just like the whole like, okay, I feel like a social contract to be nice to this person, even though I find them to be fucking vile. Like that's totally a Cody thing.
Yeah, that is Cody.
That's Codyisms.
That's true. You have to be nice to everyone.
Exactly, exactly. And like Michelle is like, that's her whole character is that she's with evil incarnate, in a sense, but she's still like an incredibly nice person, but also like, like at the same time,
kind of sassy,
kind of no nonsense given the certain situations, but like still refuses to not be kind. Even when people give her well enough reasons to be nasty, she doesn't really go there. She just kind of walks away from it, like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, that's me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Who's Franny?
Cassie.
Yeah,
I agree.
I love that character so much. Cassie is like my baby as a character. Like, I love her. I just want to protect her.
Actually, Effie is an argument to make, but I feel like because she's so much more prominent in the next show, that I feel like you don't really get to know how much she's like Franny until then, so it doesn't make sense to say that she's her yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't think Effie is that character yet.
No, she's not. She becomes that from what she helps Tony through, and that's why the show is also like, this show is so like perfect and methodical. It like clearly had a plan of what it wanted to do. It never strayed from it. It got you from point A to point B exactly how it wanted you to.
But it still makes you go like, oh my god, these dumb fucking kids. Like they still do shit.
They still
where you're
do
like,
that.
Oh my god.
But I feel like just the whole setup of like Effie's character, I like how we watch her like come from like the quiet, like she doesn't even talk really in like the first whole like season, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean she talks, but you're right. She's not really herself yet.
No.
Okay.
I feel like we talked it.
I feel like we nailed it.
Yeah.
We'll obviously be reviewing the second series, so look out for that, and then eventually the third series, and then I don't know, maybe we can do a special on like the final season.
Yeah.
But the thing is, every episode's like an individual movie, so it's a little weird.
Yeah.
To figure out how to do that.
Well, let us know what you guys want.
Oh, and if we will definitely do the American version.
Oh God, I'm gonna hate it.
Guarantee you we'll do that. Absolutely. They make Maxie a bisexual girl, so people don't think Tony's gay.
God.
Like it fucking matters. Like it fucking matters at all. Okay, cool. So, where can they find us, Franny?
They can find us at twitter.com/apilotpodcast.
Twitter.com/apilotpodcast. Instagram.com/apilotpodcast. And follow us on all social media. A Pilot Podcast.
Wow, Cody, quit interrupting me. I'm trying to tell them where they can find us.
I'm sorry, Franny. I just love attention.
A Pilot Podcast. And follow us on all social medias. A Pilot.
Wow. Cody, you couldn't even let me have my moment.
A Pilot Podcast.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Follow us, like us, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. We post every other Monday. We love suggestions. Give us suggestions. Email us. We'll have that all linked below, or you can leave them in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Let us know what you think of those shows. If you've watched them, if you hate them, if you love them, let us know.
Also, if you like listening to me and Franny, we have another podcast called Crosscut Cinema. It's a film podcast. You can look it up at youtube.com/crosscutcinema, or you can check it out on basically anywhere you get podcasts. It's called Crosscut Cinema. Also, if you like listening to me talk a whole bunch, you can check out my other channel, which will be listed in the description. I do other side podcasts, like Average Joe Interviews with Logan Tyler, as well as we post clips from all the podcasts that I do, or fun games, fun videos. It's just all the bonus content you can handle.
There's one coming out April 1st from a Pilot Podcast.
It's an unused bit that we had, and if we just posted it in its entirety. And if you guys, if we get a good response from that, we'll save. We scrap. Trust me, we scrap a lot.
Yeah.
You think that this is just natural? Like we just come in and do this? No, takes hard work. Also,
it does.
If you liked Cody, you can check out his music at.
He is kind of like Hannah Montana. He's secretly a pop star. Mm-hmm. We didn't even talk about that. We've got a pop star in our midst.
Not really. Anyway, CL Blue Official on all social media. Follow me. Listen to my EP Temple. It's out everywhere. La, 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 la.
Yeah, and there might be some future music projects from me and Cody. I don't know. We'll go ahead and see. Who knows? Maybe if it registers enough interest for us to try to do something, maybe we'll do something. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
What was that, Cody?
I said thanks for watching. I just want to say thanks to everyone.
Yes, thank you.
All right, later,
we love you guys. Bye.
Remember,
Bye.
nobody's perfect, but we got to work it.